Okay, yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have a chance to spread this Wing Chun system in Romania. Well, Wing Chun is one of martial arts system in China, which was founded about 200 years ago by a nun. It's a woman by a nun called Mui, and she passed down this skill to ladies called Wing Chun. So that is how this system, the name have. And this system is named after Wing Chun. So that's why this system is called Wing Chun. Literally, Wing Chun means to praise for the spring. To praise for the spring. This is literal meaning. Well, Wing Chun is an internal martial art. It's an internal things. Internal emphasize more not using force against force, right? Unlike some other martial arts system, they use more muscular force rather than using the internal side things. Okay. Since Wing Chun is an internal art, it does not emphasize the force against force. On top of that, Wing Chun is a kind of Chinese culture, right? It's a kind of Chinese culture which has an influence, a strong influence from the Chinese philosophical thinking in terms of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, right? So, just give a few examples. For internal, the Confucianism, it emphasizes on the way of middle, all right? That is, which means we don't go to two extremes, okay? So the design of our system, the Wing Chun system, we have a center line concept, which means we just go in the center, we cover our center. Do not go to each to other side, because if you go to one side, you open this part, go to the other side, you open the other part. So we just fix on ourselves to protect in the center. So actually, from this aspect, it is an influence from the Taoism. Second, in Wing Chun, it emphasizes on circle, the spiral force, and straight line. Okay. Just now I said, it has a strong influence in from the Chinese culture. Talking about in our system, we emphasize on circle and straight line. The circle, in terms, it is the spiral force. To use a circle to get around the force, maybe I can demonstrate a bit because of that. So for circle, for example, the force coming, we will directly against the force. Force coming, right? Come charging, go charging from the force. It is using the spine, the straight spine, to absorb the force. To absorb the force, like that. All right. So this spine, also, this is our spine. It serves our spine's turning. Also, we want our arms, also spiral turning, the punch shot. It's spiral. Using the spiral force, this circle, will form kind of concentrical force. Okay? It's not other than, this is force, will be force against force. Okay? So, we go, just spiral like that. Alright. Okay, so this is about the circle. And the straight line, the square, is all our punches go straight. We don't go round because this will give the travel much longer. So we go straight line punch. That is the square. Another example of circles. The force push on me. This is directly a force against force. But if receive force come, the force using the circle. All right. From this, thank you. From this outlook of a couple of demonstrations, you will see that this circle to get rounded, or just like in Chinese, we said being a good people, we try to learn outside, which should be more rounded. In order not to conflict or clash with people, try to be humble or polite, try to be rounded. It won't be so easy to, if you have projected many angle outside, then you will conflict with people easier. We said being outside, be rounded, be easy coming, easy going people, so that not to conflict so many people. We see this circle. But inside need to be straight. Here square, straight. So it doesn't mean, oh, I'm an easy man, I'm a yes man. It's just I don't want to make conflict. I don't want to have so many angles to make conflict with so many people. But it doesn't mean I'm an easy man. Inside, straight square, which means we have our own principle. If something we think is right, we have to stand firm. We have to stand firm on that. Because it's right. The principle is right. Alright? So this is because outside rounded, inside square. Alright? This is influenced by our Chinese culture. This can reflect in our old ancient coins. Our old Chinese coins, but not now, you can see that is the circle, inside is square. What does it mean? It means just like we said, outside we have to be rounded, inside we have to be straight. Okay? And reflect to the natural phenomenon is the sky is round, the earth is square, is flat. But of course it's not true. In the old days, they don't have the science is not developed so good that you still think the earth is round. Sorry, the sky is round and the earth is square. All right. So it's one aspect which the Chinese culture influenced our system. And also the next example about Taoism. So our Laoji, the Laoji, the Taoism, it emphasized saying that we don't want to start conflict with others. It said if you don't fight with others, no one can fight with you. So in our Wing Chun system, that's why all our techniques is very passive, waiting for people coming. Like we won't go. In our design system, we seldom initiate attack first. Always you attack first, then you kick and take assault like that. So these two way to do that. Way to do that rather than I come. So this all is still influence. It has influenced the system by the Chinese culture. So by learning Wing Chun, if you understand all this, go to a deeper meaning of the system itself, and not just superficial or fighting techniques. But of course, fighting techniques is important. But it's not that superficial. It will also help you to develop your oneself, being outside rounded, humble, but inside still keep the things you think is right. All right, did you understand that? Second, don't try to making war or making conflict with others first. But if But if some really threatening your life, really, it cannot avoid. You really cannot avoid it, then you have to fight. Then we have a very effective techniques of those survival force, all those force against force, all this concept is we have to. So, in my opinion, well, it's a Chinese martial art has been influenced by the Chinese culture, and this Chinese culture is embodied in our system, and people learn this system apart from learning the skills. Then should also learn its inside meaning of it. Okay, that's what I want to say about Wing Chun. Yeah.